All right, guys, it's time. It's time for me to tell my story about being a police officer for 28 years for Philadelphia. Here we go. Before I start, I gotta tell you who I am. My name is Michelle, and my last name's Hunker. And people would call me Hunky, Hunker, Hunk a lot, Hunker down, blah, 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 just Hunker, whatever. So, which is pretty cool. I mean, it is what it is. So, my last name's Hunker. I got 28 years on that police department for Philadelphia. And let's back up to 28 years ago. So, 95... I was living in Philadelphia, obviously, right? And during that time, I was trying to find my way. I didn't know if I wanted to be an RN. I went to college for a second. And back then, parents weren't like parents today. I mean, my parents, they did it all. But when you turn 18, they did not do what we as parents do today. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so, and I say that to say, I lived in Southwest Philly. And back then, I didn't have a car. I was 18. I just graduated. I was already out of high school. Like I said, I was finding my way. So long story short, I was in a check cashing place getting a trans pass. And what that means is, you ride public transportation, so you get a trans pass. It's cheaper than just getting on and putting your cash in all the time. So I'm standing in line, and a girl is behind me. We went to high school. I graduated from John Bartram, the main building over there on, I think it's Elmwood Avenue. Anyway, I'm standing in line. This girl, I forget what the frig her name is. Nice girl. We start talking because we went to high school, right? Hey girl, what's up? How are you? I'm 20 something. I mean, at 20, everything's great, right? Like, you ain't hurting nowhere. It's different than in your 50s. Anyway, that's a whole nother story too. Okay, so I'm standing in line. She's telling me that, yeah, girl, I'm getting ready to take the test for housing police. I go, really? Well, where's that at? And she tells me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take this test. My father's a police officer in Philadelphia. He was in homicide at the time, homicide in the DA's office. And that's a whole nother story, too. So anyway, I got stories. Hunky got stories. So anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take this test. So she told me when it was. I remember actually going to take this test. Long story short, I passed the test. She didn't. So I went further. Passed. Got hired. I was in the police academy, Philadelphia Police Academy, for housing police. And I was in class 313. I was in platoon A. So, a lot of great people that I graduated with in 313. I mean, my Clark A is the captain of the police academy. I think he still is. I mean, he was when I retired. Anyway, I had people like him in my class that are, scaled up in ranks for today. I also had a couple other people, they made supervisor, they made captain, they made all kind of shit. A couple people got fired. That's another story too. Anyway, like I said, I told you my last name's Hunker. So I sat next to this girl. Her name was Diane Haynes. So me and her, we were like this. Not to say, like, our birthdays are a day apart. So anyway, long story short, she was testing me because we were going to graduate. So she was testing me the day before we were graduating. When we graduated, I was getting ready to take the test for the Philadelphia Police Department because I was like, I just went through their whole training. I'm going to take the test to be a cop for Philadelphia. Because even though I was in the police academy, my father would break my balls and say, you ain't nothing but a housing cop. And I wasn't even out there yet. So, but he was breaking my stones because that's what you do. Philadelphia is the prime police department for Philadelphia. And Temple isn't, and SEPT is not, and neither was University of Penn Police. Like, they're all secondary. I'm like, why am I could do that. So anyway, I took the test for the for Philadelphia Police Department, and I did pass it. And I am interracial, and no big deal. I'm not upset about it. I don't, make like, ooh, guess what? Hey, y'all, I'm interracial. Like, no, that's not me. I'll let you know that I'm interracial, but that's not my, forefront thing. My name's Michelle. I am just a regular person. People get caught up in being, what are you? Is that your real hair? Blah, 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 blah. That's a whole nother story too. Anyway, like I said, I'm interracial. I'm 50. I'll be 54 in a couple days. In like 6 days from now. So I took the test. I passed. Now, in the meantime, I am a police officer for the Philadelphia Housing Police, right? So, and I never went into projects before. So I am working the 11th Street corridor, and it is so different now from the 1990. So I was on the street like 96. We were in the police academy 95. We graduated in 96. And that was when I was in 313. It's not confusing. It's just a lot of, I was a police officer for housing, but then I switched over and became a Philadelphia police officer. So I was 313A. That's always going to be my class. I came back as a waiver or whatever they call now. Listen, I'm old now. I can't remember. I mean, I can remember things, but like I forget what it's called when you transition from one department to the other. And it was sort of like a lateral move. I mean, I just had to go back to the police academy and learn how to write movers, because as a housing cop, you don't write movers. You're just out there. So I was a housing cop, and I walked the streets of North Philly. I walked Richard Allen. I walked Raymond Rosen. I walked Cambridge. And it was interesting. And it was a lot different from the police academy. In the police academy, we are like, oh my God, we love each other, blah, 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 blah. When you go out on the street as a cop, it's not, we love each other. Only when shit happens to you, then we say how much we love you and we're here for you and we got your back and blah, 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 blah. But that is another story too. I got stories. Yo, I got 28 years of shit and I'm about to spill it. I'm no snitch. I'm no bitch. I'm no anything that is, like an asshole. I'm just real. And, if you treated me good, if you treated me right, if we had disagreements, that's okay. I mean, we're supposed to have disagreements. You're not supposed to agree with every fucking thing I say, and I'm not supposed to agree with every fucking thing you say. I got my own mind. I got my own way of thinking. I got my own way of living. I like a lot of people, but there's a whole lot of you motherfuckers that I can't stand, and I got the day to tell on all you bully ass bitch motherfuckers, because You don't have to be a bully, but there was a whole lot of them in the police department. I don't mind getting yelled at. I don't mind getting fucked up jobs. I don't mind, doing whatever I got to do to bring my squad up, as far as like going out there and doing a little bit extra. The supervisor's ass back in the day, like, you had to like work. You had to do shit out there in the street. You didn't just drive around and wait for the radio. During the meantime, you had to like write movers, write parkers, stop people, investigate shit. Like, they don't do none of that today. If you do that today, they make it sound like you are the problem. No, I'm out here for a reason, to serve and protect. That's another story too. Anyway, my life was good. Retired is great. I've had a chance to sit back and look at all the things that I've done, where I was, where I'm at, and where I'm going. And it's a good thing. I am very grateful. But I got shit to say. So hunker down, mother, because I got shit to say. Anyway, this is my first video of this channel. I also sell Scentsy on the side, right? I'm a Scentsy consultant. So I also have my YouTube channel, which is Sensation Nation, which I really haven't put any more further videos up. I've invested a lot into that company. Like I said, I have my own website with that company. I wish I was doing a lot more with that company, because that company is really good. It's a lot better than Bath and Body. A lot of people are out there and they buy that Bath and Body stuff. I broke up with Bath and Body years ago. Just like I broke up with the Democratic Party years ago, because they both ain't right. Hunker down. I got shit to say. I hope you tune in. Like, subscribe, follow, and share me out. Bye, guys. Part 2 is coming.